Hey, it's Dan Moralez. This is Homebuyer Radio, episode number 135, I believe. If I'm wrong, oh well. That's what happens. You take a couple weeks of vacation and you got to turn the brain back on and kind of figure out what you're doing here again. But hey, I've been on this kick just talking about the differences between kind of a pre-approval, pre-qualification, the importance of working with people who know what they're doing, and good stuff like that. One of the things, the mortgage process is heavily involved in, if you will, is a ton of paperwork, okay? I always tell clients this, and, it can almost come across negatively, but I don't mean it to come across negatively. And I always tell folks, as part of the mortgage process, everything has to be verified, okay? We verify your income. We verify your assets. We verify information about the property. We verify your credit history. All of that stuff has to be verified as part of the mortgage process, okay? So what happens is, if I can't verify something, then I can't count it or I can't use it when I qualify you. So I always tell folks, if I can't verify something you've told me, then it's not true. Okay. And if it's not true, I can't count it. I can't use it as part of, the process of getting you pre-approved. Okay. Or getting you approved for a mortgage period. So what happens a lot of times as part of the process, especially, what we do, as part of this pre-approval process, we can do certainly a quick, fast, quick pre-qualification, says, hey, here, based on the information you told me, it would appear as though you're eligible for a mortgage of X, okay? Now, a formal pre-approval is where we actually go through and we verify all of your financial information so that way we know you are able to actually get a mortgage subject to getting, a purchase agreement accepted on a property and any information that has to do with the property, okay? Formal pre-approval means the lender is going to verify your income. They're going to verify your assets. They're going to verify your credit history. They're going to do kind of 75% of that mortgage process, and the last 25% of the mortgage process has to do with the property you're buying, okay? But that other 75%, verifying credit, verifying income, and verifying assets, that stuff we're going to do at the point of pre-approval, okay? So, before clients buy a house and they're in this pre-approval process with us, a lot of times people wonder, why are you asking me for all this documentation? Why are you going through and making me provide, pay stubs and W-2s and bank statements and, all this other stuff? Why are you asking questions about my credit report and stuff like that? Well, the reason we're doing that is because we are trying to get ahead of the process for you, okay? So when we do a formal pre-approval, our mortgage practice, when we do a formal pre-approval, you are legitimately pre-approved. That means we've gone through and we've done all of that legwork of verifying income, assets, and credit, and all that stuff that's necessary so that we've got 75% of that mortgage process done. Once you get an accepted offer, I get an appraisal, some title work, get your loan into an underwriter for a final approval, and we're done. So, the one thing I always tell folks is I get it. You don't have a house yet. When I have a house, I'll turn all that stuff in. Well, I can't really give you a really rock solid pre-approval until I got all that information. So it's really important that if we're going through this pre-approval process, that you cooperate, that you get us the information that we need to have. So that way we have a formal rock solid pre-approval. Now, where it's really important to understand is if we can verify income, assets, and all that good stuff, what happens is, if there's something funky about your income, or there's something funky about, where your down payment money is going to come from, or something funky about, the assets that you have and so on, what happens is we can start to deal with those things before you get an offer accepted. And oftentimes we can put together a game plan and a solution to get you across the finish line without having to jump through a bunch of extra hoops or anything like that. And it just makes this process a heck of a lot easier for you by doing all of this legwork up front, as opposed to, hey, we got an offer accepted on the property. Now we got to get the mortgage lender all this information. Then we got to deal with home inspections. We got to deal with appraisals and all that other stuff. And it just becomes this huge, overwhelming, process, if you will, where really, if we did all of this legwork up front, we could save you a ton of time. And in all honesty, it'll help to make sure that you don't have any problems with being able to get your loan approved when it's all said and done. Okay. So, do yourself a favor, work with us. Let us go through this process. Let us get you a formal, rock solid pre-approval. Okay, not some I pushed a button and I got a mortgage. Do you think that pre-approval is any good? Well, give it a try. More importantly, certainly, your realtor, is likely going to encourage you not to use one of those national online lenders. And if you're in a competitive market, which most markets in the country right now are very competitive, you will likely lose with a pre-approval letter from a big national lender versus a well-qualified and competent mortgage lender. Okay. Again, my name is Dan Moralez. I am America's Mortgage Man. You can find me online at danmoralez.com. That's DANMORALEZ.com. Phone number is 616-931-4629. My NMLS number is 709729. And of course, Northpointe Bank is an equal housing lender.